us off. The very first line is just telling us the title and who wrote it. Here you go. Start that first sentence. Be ready to read, ladies and gents. Thank you. Latanya, take it from there. I'm going to say this story is written, I'm going to try to keep this under 10 words, during the Jim Crow era. Now, if you don't know what Jim Crow is, that is now officially a second warning. Because at this point, when I'm writing, you're writing. And I like how Kwani and Tanya, Korea, Joe, Kesey are all doing that. So we're going to write this down. This story is written during the Jim Crow era. If you're unsure about what Jim Crow era is,
go back and read books.
It's right here. It talks about how cities can impose legal punishments on people for associating with members of another race. So this is enforced segregation. So we wrote the main points out in the margin. And now we're going to do it again with the first paragraph. Anybody have any questions about Jim Crow laws before we started?
Yeah.
Yeah, notice it.
But they're all about black people.
Yeah, they started happening right after slavery ended. It was all about, I don't know what it is, separating blacks and whites. Yeah. Can anybody give me an example of a Jim Crow law?
Jim Crow laws to enforce like when black people got slavery to force on black people to separate.
Yeah. Can anybody give me an example? That's a good definition.
Not eating in the same public place.
Perfect. That's a
Oh,
good
you
example.
got the same water fountain.
Water fountain is a good one.
Bathroom.
Yes. Bathrooms. Yeah, so these are all really terrible laws.
Schools.
Like the black people.
We want to make sure that we've got our head around that idea. We can make a prediction now based on what this story is going to be about. Jim Crow laws. If that's so important to this time frame, this setting, what kind of predictions might you be making? Okay, so this is going to have something to do with racism.
I got that right.
Yeah, so I'm going to put that in my reading strategy side, where it says, I predict racism will happen in the story.
It's a racist horse, like a man sitting on top of a horse. It's not like, I don't know, I forgot, it's like membership bill. Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like the flag going like in the background and stuff. Having that blue flag. Like, it's like, oh, you know what it was.
Alright. So I want to be careful because at this point I'm making some predictions about the story, but now I'm going to come right back to the text and I'm going to learn, I'm going to create my mental movie about what this story is about. Alright? So let's start out with our, yeah. Latanya, why don't you get started and we're going to I want everybody to have their pencils in their hands. I want you to follow, you don't have to write anything, but I want you to follow as she's reading. So Joe, can you do that? Follow as Latanya's reading.
Two colored boys during the war. For the first time in his life, one of them on a break from training camp in Alabama was coming north. His best buddy was a New York soldier, also a break, who invited him to visit Harlem. Being colored, they had traveled the Jim Crow car until the Florida Express reached Washington.
Well done. So let's just summarize. What is that paragraph about?
It's introduced
They had to rap to
the
the
first character.
So Latanya, we're finished your
It's introducing the first character.
Yeah. So we have an intro to, and tell me about these two characters. Let me hear from DT. Tell me about these two characters. Okay, so what's that? Can I say that shorter? Two boys, two colored boys. I'm gonna say two. And this time I'm gonna use some of the information from later in the paragraph. What kind of boys are they? Are they just like you? Are they ninth graders at Pearl Cone?
No, they're from the army.
Yeah, they're soldiers. So intro to two black soldiers. And what are they doing right now?
They're going to.
Yeah, they're on a train. I'm gonna say traveling. So in this paragraph, we get our introduction to two black soldiers who are traveling. Just black people in the Jim Crow car. All right. So we've N of unwrapping, and we're done our W. We've written the key point. Now let's think about reading strategy. Let's visualize. What do these guys look like? Raise your hand so once you got an idea in your head. Cedric?
They're strong looking.
Okay, because why do you say that?
Because I already.
Oh, yeah.
Soldiers, they usually strong.
Alright, so if this is 1940, it's during World War II, so what are these soldiers wearing? What's on them?
They're wearing some trousers.
Trousers? Yeah.
They're wearing trousers.
Why do you use the word trouser? What does that make you think about?
Those are the
Overalls.
things that overalls that you wear.
Now, is that supposed to be fancy or is that supposed to be like?
No. Like what they wear.
Like a Italian. Like you're
Yeah, okay, so strong soldiers, they're in uniform. When you say the word trousers, that makes me visualize like iron, crisp pants. Like they're not sagging, you know, they don't have their fatigues on like you may have seen, like where they kind of have like the camo looking pants like this. No, these guys are wearing like nice, like uniforms.
Big.
And so they're like their suits. They look
have a beard.
respectable. They probably don't. They're probably clean shaven,
Like-
nicely cut. The strong soldiers in uniform.
Soldiers can't have beards. They don't like that.
No.
You gotta
They're
be bald.
supposed to
They make it cut. You know.
So they look, in my mind, this mental movie that I have is very admirable. Like I'm proud of them. In fact, it even reminds me of when soldiers get on the plane in the United States. Sometimes when you see soldiers get on the plane or come into an airport, people around them will clap. Why is that?
Because they're
Thanks.
proud for
They're not
their
pushing.
rescue.
All right. So let's do the next part. Let's read. So we've used our reading strategies, and now let's look at the next two
Why did
paragraphs.
I make you put up the
All right. So the next, as they walk in, and we made a prediction that they're going to be asked to leave. All right. So now is your chance. I want you to go ahead and read the next pages 2 and 3.
By ourselves
Yeah, by yourselves.
at the table.
So you can either work in partners or you can work by yourself, but you cannot get up and move around the room. All right. So you're going to complete pages 2 and 3. DT, let's listen to the directions. Darius.
You know we get out of the room.
I know.
Yay.
When necessary, you're going to see that there's some paragraphs where they're short paragraphs, and you can combine them to write the main points. Make sure that you're following the reading strategies as well, and you're thinking about what predictions can you make, and what do you visualize as you're reading this story? What mental